What's up, guys? Today we'll talk about do real men fall in love? And I tell you what, guys, we do, but we do it a bit differently. There are a few aspects that are crucial. There are aspects that you have to recognize along your way of developing feelings for someone. And listen, guys, I've been in love many times in my life, right? I've been married, I've been in long-term relationships where I was deeply in love, and I was in short-term relationships where I wasn't in love, okay? So it's not a case of, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in love with her. It doesn't work that way, right? There's quite a few things that I'm gonna discuss, hence my notes. So let's start for the first one, guys. To fall in love for a little man is a choice, not a weakness. What does it mean? It means that we are falling in love for someone who we choose to be with, not because of the weakness, as in lust, scarcity, attachment. Okay, those are weaknesses when it comes to relationship, the reason to falling in love. Because, if you can actually force yourself, you can fucking force yourself to fall in love, but you might not understand what actually love is. Just because you decided to move in with someone and all of a sudden, all the bills are getting split, it's all cushy, it's all handy because you guys live together, that doesn't mean you love each other, right? Just because she's super hot and you love to having sex with her, it doesn't mean you're in love with her, right? So the choice is the key, because we decide to open up to that person for the prospect of love, right? Which brings me to my second point, which is that we take way longer than females, okay? Females can generally fall in love pretty quickly. The real men take time. The real men take time because we have to decipher that person, if we can actually dish out our hearts to someone, and if she's not going to tarnish it later on. Because there is nothing worse than a breakup, guys. If you've never been through a breakup, good on you. I have, and it was horrendous. It was really, really bad, right? So I don't wish that to anyone. Hence, now I'm really, really picky when it comes to people that are allowed to be close to me, all right? Next one, guys, is the love with boundaries, right? So you have to set the boundaries. You have to decide what your boundaries are. If you don't like going to clubs and she wants to go to clubs, that could be your boundary, right? That's not going to work in the long term. It just won't, right? Okay. If you person who is really into fitness, like myself, and she just can fucking, she can't really get her ass into the gym, that could be a boundary, right? Because on some days you want to spend the day healthy, right? You want to go for a run and you want to go to the gym together, etc. And that will not work because she's just not that, okay? And that brings me to another of my points, which is the biggest one of it. The biggest point of life, really, is to recognize compatibilities. If you're not compatible with someone, that's just not going to work, right? Just because she's hot, just because she dresses nice, it doesn't make the whole situation compatible, right? You have to be in the same page with many different aspects when it comes to health, when it comes to building wealth, your financials, right? If she's a big spender and you want to invest and just build the future, that's not going to work, right? That's just not going to work, okay? If she's a big traveler and you're not, that's not going to work. Okay, if you are someone who likes to go to bars and have a nice time, you know, dress up, and she isn't, that's not going to work. Okay, you have to understand this, and that's okay. That's absolutely fine, right? Because the last thing you want is to get into a relationship and then fall in love with someone that's just not compatible with you, right? And sometimes, unfortunately, the compatibilities change throughout the time. Hence, you get a divorce. Hence, you get the breakups, right? So the more things you spot, the more things you're aware of, the more things you're aware of yourself, right? The more you understand who you really are and what you want in life, what you don't want in life, it'll be more beneficial for you in finding love and falling in love than the love that would actually last for a long time. Love is a beautiful thing, man. Love is a beautiful thing, and I know many of you guys never been in love, and love is amazing when the person is right. Okay? You have to, my next point, as a real man, you have to accept the risks and understand female nature. So, hypergamy is the real thing. Okay? She might leave you for someone who is better than you, right? Hence, you have to step up every fucking day and build yourself up. Build yourself up, man. Every fucking day. Financially, mentally, with your fitness, with everything, right? Spiritually, many things, right? So you have to understand the female nature. You have to understand how female nature works, right? You have to understand that the emotions are a big part of who they are, okay? It's not a big part of who we are, but you have to understand this, right? And you have to see how this might affect your future with this person, yeah? If someone is unstable mentally, right? That is the big thing. If someone is immature, that's the big thing. You know, unless you're fucking immature too. I hope you're not, right? But those are the things that could potentially destroy the relationship and the love that you guys have between each other, right? So there's a lot of things that are completely not in your control when it comes to falling in love. But you have to understand that you have to look for signs that she might not be worth your love, man. That's all it is. Okay, she just might not be worth of your time and worth your love. Guys, it was a short one, but to the point. So I hope that was helpful for you. I'll catch you on the next one, all right?